Welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at Top Gun Options from a beautiful and snowy Aspen. Enjoying spring break this week out here with the kids. Have a lot to cover. Man, the chickens are coming home to roost for Facebook. As I predicted, this thing's a dog. I can't stand it, along with the other limousine liberal fangs. They're all in trouble, folks, and we predicted this back in October. Real quick, though, towards the end of last week, just a horrific tragedies through the United States Navy, Army National Guard and U.S. Air Force. Single Navy F-18 crashed in Key West. It was a two-seater F-18F coming back, single engine. Apparently one of the engines was on fire. They shut that down. Maybe the fire migrated over to the other engine as they were in the landing pattern. Other engine shit the bed, and these guys ejected outside the envelope. Horrific tragedy. Two men lost in naval aviation. And then a Pavehawk helicopter, which was on a medevac mission. 7 of our nation's finest got killed in western Iraq. So in 2 days, we lost nine people. So I had a rather poignant Facebook post last week, because last week, a very, very sad incident of a dog in an overhead in United Airlines, and the dog passing away. And obviously a lot of people on Facebook or the media really covering the walkouts of the across the country and stuff like that. And it really burned my ass a little bit, to be honest with you. Here in 2 days, we lost 9 of the finest Americans. And at least on my Facebook page, there's a lot of people crying more over the death of a dog than these people. So do me a favor, get your priorities straight, or unfriend me, or don't follow me on Facebook. Obviously, political jitters. Man, what a weekend! We'll talk about that. This is still, I was going to say, kind of the tariff thing is taking a little bit of a back burner to what happened this weekend, which we'll get into, or actually on Friday. Thank God, Jeff Sessions. But obviously, the tariff war or the potential trade war is still there. We know Gary Kudlow from CNBC, good dude. He's going to try and counterbalance Trump. Obviously, we all know nobody counterbalances Trump. Even Trump can't counterbalance Trump. But at least they can play good cop, bad cop. So that should be a little bit more calming on the market. This week, the ECB, a couple big meetings we have to watch. So central banks, obviously the European Central Bank debating shifting to an interest path increase from their QE. So they're drafting behind us, right? Remember our Ben Bernanke, right? Our Fed chief, and quantitative easing 1, 2, 3, Operation Twist, quantitative easing 4, getting the markets drunk, making the markets believe that there is no hell, right? The markets only go up, they can't go down. And then we started to what? Taper. He started to take away that punch bowl, and people went apeshit, right? I called it taper tantrums. So that's what might start happening over here. Eventually, Mario Draghi and the ECB is going to have to take away the punch bowl and start their interest rate increases. So it'll be interesting to see if their taper tantrums kind of reverberate. Didn't think I'd use that word today, across the Atlantic, and maybe hit us a little bit and rattle our markets. This guy's a piece of shit. And so are the liberals and the Democrats. And there were actually congressmen over the weekend who said, I might hire this guy on my congressional staff for a couple days so he gets his pension. This man not only deserved to be fired from the FBI, he needed to be perp walked out in handcuffs. He's a traitor. He committed treason. And if any one of you listening to my voice committed or did the things that this guy did, you'd be in jail. This is ridiculous. Comey, the FISA memo, him and his wife inviting the FISA judge to a cocktail party because we don't want to meet him one-on-one. Let's invite him in a public setting so it doesn't look that bad. If you don't know what's going on underneath this, just shut up about anything going on. If you don't know how dirty this stuff that is going on, it's treason, folks. There was a coup against the president-elect, and when he became president, that they appointed this bullshit Mueller independent counsel to look into stuff. I am furious that Attorney General Sessions still hasn't appointed another independent counsel to look into all of this. And Hillary Clinton and Russia and everything that was going on. Republicans play touch football and Democrats play tackle. They're idiots. And Marco Rubio, the senator from my home state in Florida, who said, oh, the firing of this guy and this was bad. You're an idiot. He's another John McCain rhino. I've had it with the Republicans. These guys are disgusting. These limousine liberals at the highest levels of the Department of Justice and the FBI, they're a disgrace. The man should have been arrested, and I hope he gets arrested. Lose your pension? Lose your pension? He should be in jail. That's it. Enough. Tech stocks. I got to tell you, man, I love this. I think this is phenomenal. I can't stand Facebook. I told you about this, folks. Facebook shares tumble over systemic problems in data breach and drags the NASDAQ lower. What did I tell you guys? I said the tech stocks are in for nasty, nasty weather. So essentially a data firm that I think actually was aligned with the Trump campaign. Oh, here we go. So there goes the Russia narrative. So apparently this data collection firm, which obviously I'm on Facebook, they probably mined my data as well, used it and this and that and violated the terms of service. So now Facebook is shocked to know that people are using their data in illicit ways. It's over with, folks. In October, all the way back here, I said, get out of the FANGs. There was rumblings overseas. Europe is going crazy. Who is it? The European commissioners? Like they want to drag Zuckerberg in front and testify. And they're in a lot of trouble, folks. Facebook, their business model is in trouble. Twitter is awful. They're censoring conservative voices. So you got Louis Farrakhan, one of the biggest racists on the face of the planet, yelling about Jews, this, that, and anything. I posted something just middle of the road, pro-conservative, and I got put in Twitter penalty box for 12 hours. They're disgusting limousine liberals, folks. So I'm keeping this headline around because it's aging perfectly. And this was weeks ago, Silicon Valley faces make-or-break moment amid big tech backlash. Gone are the glory days of glowing praise and good PR for tech companies. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're brand new to TGO, men lie, numbers don't, and neither do webinars. Go back and watch my October webinars. So there's Facebook 6 months ago. It's at, what, $170? Today it's at $174. You made $4 in 6 months in Facebook. That is dead money, and this thing's going lower. I would pound the hell out of this thing. I got my phone. I'm going scan. I'm going to be looking at stuff throughout the day. I'm not sending out alerts this week, and we're not doing any live trade briefs, man. I'm actually going to enjoy my spring break. And the first day of spring break, I'm enjoying the shit out of it, watching Facebook implode. They deserve it. Oh, let me run to the government and tell them about some potential $200,000 in Russian Facebook ads. Of course, little did they not tell the government or anybody else that they've been using the data and illegally and all sorts of stuff. So there's, if you would listen to me and put Amazon, $967 up to $1,560. Okay, but out of those two charts between Facebook and Amazon, does anybody see a winner? We nailed this. Can't stand it. It's dead money, folks. Why was Facebook so easy to hijack? And then remember, the reason I can't stand this guy even more, and I loved watching the movie Wall Street the other night. It made me felt great because, of course, as an American, I have my own opinions about that movie, but as an investor, when this guy comes out and says, I just want to do good, okay, here's the exact words. I don't care about profitability. I just want to do good. If you were a shareholder in Facebook and you're losing money right now, sue him. Sue him. He has a fiduciary duty to who? You. He doesn't have a fiduciary duty to the world to do good. Hey, Robinhood, you want to do good? You take this company private. As a public company, man, you have the job to be the skipper and make money for your shareholders. And today is a perfect example of why you suck. So Facebook, dead money. We predicted it back in October, and I feel great. First day of spring break, to wake up and see this breaking news on Facebook imploding. I was doing a happy dance around this condo. My kids are looking at it's not like well, of course you love being right, but I predicted this, folks. I saw those political wins coming. I'm on the receiving end of this. When they start censoring speech, could you imagine? Flip it. All of these companies are conservative companies, and they are censoring Democrat or liberal speech. They would be going apeshit. They're not. They're all running to their safe spaces with their vagina hats on and their trigger words. It's off. It's awful. So again, I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face. Amazon is the Death Star. It's where you want to be. It's taking a little bit of a hit today, but I mean, what, down 12, 15 bucks? Yawn. Amazon's the place to be. What else is going on? Like I said, big week as far as a lot of, well, I didn't even hit it. Wednesday's what? We got a Fed meeting. I think there's a 99.9% probability we're going to get an interest rate increase of about 25 bips on Wednesday. There's also obviously a lot of political stuff going on. Again, even Republican senators are coming out saying, hey, Trump, you better throttle back. The man's right. He went nuts on Twitter over the weekend, and he's right. Andrew McCabe committed treason easily based on the evidence that I've seen. I can't even, and a couple FBI agents that I saw on the news or, or won't be named are like, it's worse than the public knows. But here's where I get pissed with Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate classifier or declassifier is the president. If the president wanted to, he could wake up tomorrow and say, all of this stuff is unclassified and I'm releasing it. Now, of course, the deep state would implode, and I'm pretty sure people would be marching on Washington who are very pro-Second Amendment. He's not. So him taking these shots via Twitter, it looks childish, but he is seeing all of this stuff, and I know he's seething to release it, or at least he's seen it. He knows what's going on. He knows Mueller's thing is official. Where's the collusion? It's been a year and a half, folks. A couple indictments on some business, not one shred of evidence about any sort of collusion stuff or the Russia narrative. And Mueller's going fishing in other directions. And that whole Mueller thing was brought about by dirty FBI agents with bullshit FISA warrants with a judge that they're buddies with who recused himself. And also, and where's General McChrystal get his, what office does he go to get his reputation back? That poor guy, man. He's had to sell his home to cover his legal fees, and Andrew McCabe's already got a book tour, and, liberals are coming out of the woodwork to hire this guy. General McChrystal, for Christ's sake, folks, think about him today. Imagine being destroyed by this deep state. Whatever. All right, I got to get going here. How about WYNN? We put on a bear call spread after this short squeeze and WYNN. I said, that's over with, folks. Short squeeze is in. Let's sell into this pop. And we got a nice little pullback right here. So bear call spread is looking good. I think we look into leg into an iron condor with a bull put spread here. But the bear call spread is probably looking at a 70, 80, 90% gain. Remember my rule of engagement? If you're seeing a 7, 8, or 9 in front of any sort of gain on a credit spread, I'd look to maybe take the money and run, okay? If you're not filled on this bull put spread with the way the market's, only down kind of 1% today with the overall FANG pullback, maybe don't put yourself into the bull put spread quite yet, because it might fill this gap here right, what's that, at 179. But anyway, guys, I got to go. Beautiful day. I'm going to go skiing, hang out with the kids, and get my mind right. Again, I'm having a blast. Couldn't happen to a nicer group of people. These tech companies, the chickens really are coming home to roost. And as I said, I'd pound the hell out of this thing into the dirt. Real quick, how many times every time I say this, everybody's got to do a shot. I say, how often do I say we're going to chop through this 50-day moving average until net we get a nice move to the upside on what? Say it with me, Q1 earnings. So there's your chop. This time last Monday, during the timing research brief, I said we will get pulled back by Friday to the what? To the 50-day moving average. Now we're underneath it. I don't think this is the big one. I've already looked at all my articles this morning and my intel. With nobody's saying this is the Fred Sanford here, guys. Again, this is a down here maybe for a couple days. It'll be a buy the dip and back up to the 50 and above it as we get ready for Q1 earnings. Okay? I got to go. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. Pound Facebook into the dirt. And I'll be back with Tuesday's Market Sit Rep. We'll see you.